Getting out of a rut is actually not as hard as you think. You simply have to apply the do something principle. When I'm feeling unhappy and or unmotivated, I don't necessarily try to feel happier or motivated. This may sound a bit weird, but I think trying to feel better at all costs just makes you more miserable. Instead, I focus on action. Most people seem to think that motivation leads to action, and this is obviously true to some extent. But from my experience, you can also flip this concept and say that action leads to motivation. I mean, when you feel unmotivated, to just sit around and wait for motivation to come is, I'm sorry for my harsh words, idiotic. You give all your power away, and this won't improve your situation at all. Instead, focusing purely on the action you take without forcing your mood to go up was always the answer when I was in a rut. I told myself these two things over and over. Turn your brain off, and then stick to the time-tested habits. Time-tested habits are the habits where I knew from experience that they were helping me to get out of a rut. They can be put into two categories, physical and mental. The physical habits are, first, going for a walk. Going for a walk is the easiest and most effective thing you can do. You go outside, you move your body, and you don't just sit in your little cubicle staring at your phone. These walks aren't particularly fun or exciting in the beginning, but they are healthy, lift your mood a bit, and don't make you miserable. And second, going to the gym. Going to the gym might be a huge task for some people, but I still think it's manageable. The general mission is simple. Move weight from point A to point B. Weightlifting is a great exercise where you can turn your brain off and simply go through the movements. The physical component is often completely underestimated, but it is a fundamental part of your mood and motivation. We humans are Homo sapiens, and like any other animal, we have to give our bodies what they need so that our bodies can release the happy chemicals. Before you can take care of your mind, you should take care of your body, because your body affects your emotions on a more fundamental level. Once you take some physical action, we can take care of our minds and take a look at our time-tested mental habits. These are, first, working, which includes, in my case, primarily a lot of writing. Second, reading, either fictional or non-fictional books, whatever I prefer at the moment. Third, listening to audiobooks or podcasts, often in combination with going on a walk. I do these things even when I don't feel like doing them, because I know from experience that they help me step by step to get my motivation back. The first one is demanding, but usually not as hard as I think. I just start with a few minutes and gradually increase the amount of work I do. The others are, in comparison, more relaxing. You can consume whatever content or stories you're interested in, because whatever you read or listen to, it's probably still better than the things you are currently doing in the rut. Which leads us to the most important rule. Do as few cheap dopamine activities as possible. Think about the times you were more happy and motivated. What were you doing in these times? Probably not scrolling on social media all day, right? You were doing the things that are good for you and that you actually wanted to do. Doing the right thing is always the right thing. You can't think yourself out of a rut. You have to take action. I've been there several times in the past, and it was always the same solution. Turn brain off and do good habits. Once you make the right habits, even when you don't really feel like it, the feeling of joy and a bit of motivation come back, and from there on, you're in an upward spiral. And then, you just have to stay consistent. You don't have to give 100% each day and then burn out after 3 days. Just show up daily and take some action. It sounds like some shallow platitude, but it's not. Don't trust your brain, don't trust your emotions, and start to do things in the real world and stop the cheap dopamine activities. And the best thing is to turn your phone off right now and go outside for at least 5 minutes. If you don't, you are a chump. I hope this video was helpful for you. Join the free Better Human community if you want, and have a wonderful day.